I'm building a new website, and one of the main aims for this site is that it runs fast. In this video I'm going to share 5 of the methods that I'm going to use to ensure that I achieve this aim. Hi, I'm Paul Ladgell and I've been working as a full-time digital marketer since 2008, both in agencies and also building my own website. On this channel I share some of the things that I've learned along the way. The first thing that I'm going to look at is the theme. Now, I want a very lightweight and fast loading theme. In the past I've used page builders such as Elementor and Thrive Architect from Thrive Themes. Now these are great for customizing your site, but they can add a little bit of extra time to load the page. So what I'm looking for is a nice lightweight theme which does allow you to still customize the site as well. Now there are 2 themes that I've come across that do fulfill these criteria. The first is Kadence and the second is GeneratePress. Both of these are very lightweight themes and they both have a free version available. You can also, with both of them, upgrade to obtain additional blocks which allows you to do more customization. At the moment I'm erring more towards Kadence rather than GeneratePress, simply because it has more blocks available and will allow me to do more customization. The second point to consider is hosting. Hosting is just so important if you want to have a fast website. When I was working at the agencies, I discussed with many different developers how to speed up websites, and the topic of hosting always came up. I've got 3 recommendations for good hosts. The first is SiteGround. I've been using them for the last 4 years or so, and I've been very happy with the service they've provided. They're also very good on customer service. If you've got a query, you can get through to them very quickly on live chat. The second recommendation is WPX hosting. I moved my main site from SiteGround over to WPX, and it's a very smooth transfer, and the speed, I tested it before and after, the speed was about the same. It's also a very good guy behind WPX, Terry Kyle, who's very well known in the SEO community. The third web host that I'd suggest you consider are Cloudways. Now this is a host that I've not actually used myself, but I do intend to use them in the future. They provide fast hosting at a reasonable price. And although I've not used them, I know a lot of people who have, and they've had excellent performance with them. So it's something that is worth considering. If you use any of these 3 hosting providers, I think you'll get good speed results from them. The third factor is images. Images is one of the main non-technical ways that you can reduce the loading time of your page. When we're considering image file size, there are 2 things to consider. First of all, there is the physical dimensions of the image, so it's the height and width in pixels, and then there's the actual file size, so that's the number of kilobytes or megabytes of the image. What I like to do is reduce both of these, and I tend to use Photoshop, although there are other image manipulation software available. So first of all, in Photoshop I would look at the image size. So if, for instance, your blog images appear at 700 pixels wide, I would upload an image that's no more than twice that. So in this case, no more than 1400 pixels wide. Why do I choose twice? It's because some mobiles and tablets, they show images in HD, and if you were just to upload, in this case, a 700 pixel wide image on those particular devices, they might appear slightly blurry. when considering the file size of your image, you can reduce that by using the Save for Web feature in Photoshop. That's very easy to use and really can't tell any difference. It is just a process that reduces the file size without compromising the image quality. As I say, if you don't have Photoshop or you don't want to pay the monthly fee, and I don't blame you, you can use something like Affinity Photo, which is just a one-off price. And if you're using that particular software, when you're saving a JPEG, you can just adjust the image quality slider. And also, to further reduce the image size, you can click on the More button and choose to not save any profiles that you don't need. You can further reduce the size of your images by using an image optimization tool. This might be part of your hosting. Certainly if you're using SiteGround, their SiteGround Optimizer toolkit comes with this already installed, so if you're using them, I'd certainly recommend that you turn it on. It's a real set it and forget it, so it's very easy to use. If it doesn't come as part of your hosting, you can install a plugin such as ShortPixel, which does very much the same job of reducing image size without impairing the quality of those images. The fourth factor is caching. Now, cache is a temporary store of data for quick retrieval later. Now, I don't claim to be any sort of technical geek, but how this affects your WordPress site is that when someone visits the page, there will be a number of steps that are taken to actually show them the content of that page. What a cache does is it allows a certain number of those steps to be skipped, so the page is shown much more quickly. There are two ways that caching can work. The first is at the hosting level. If you're using SiteGround, they have caching which is incorporated into the SiteGround Optimizer. Some other hosts also do this, so it's certainly worth checking with whatever hosting provider you're using. The second way that caching can work is by using a plugin. Probably the best known plugin is WP Rocket. I've used this very successfully on client websites when I was working at digital marketing agencies. It works very well. It's very easy to set up too. However, it is a paid plugin. If you're looking for a free version, you can consider WP Super Cache. This is a plugin that's made by Automattic, that is the company behind WordPress itself, so they know exactly how to get the best out of your WordPress website. The fifth and final factor is minimizing the number of plugins, and this is to reduce the amount of bloat which will slow down your website. Now, a lot of people treat their site like having a super fast motorbike, and then they load it up with all sorts of junk which really does slow it down. So I'm making a conscious effort just to use the plugins that I really need. And the plugins that I'm going to be using are Cadence Blocks, a plugin for comment spam, which is Anti-Spam Bee, an SEO plugin, Rank Math. I no longer use Yoast. And then a couple of plugins for affiliate links, one for Amazon affiliate links, AAWP, and then Pretty Links to help with non-Amazon affiliate links. So those are the 5 things that I'm going to be using to ensure that my new website runs fast. And I see it really as the 80-20 of optimizing your WordPress website for speed. It's the 20% of things that's going to get you 80% of the results. If there's anything that you think I should be doing that I haven't mentioned, then by all means leave a comment below and I'll be happy to read it.